How are you today? This is Sunday, August 1st, 2021. This is Jazz. We are in the Secret Society of Living Goddesses, of course, and today is your Q&A call. So this is your chance for you to ask me your questions. Let me know how things are going in your goddess journey and tap into the energy of what's coming up for us this month as we navigate through our lives and with the energy of the goddess. So, first of all, things that I would like to know from you, just especially if you're not here live, and there's no one here live right now. So this is just going to be a recording of the messages for you, but I would love for you to share in the comments below this video how your journey is so far with Goddess Isis. If you're following the guidebook, and I know that life gets busy and things get in the way, but still, if you're committed to this journey, where you are now ought to be that you're discovering who this goddess is, who Sekhmet is for you. So you've probably done some inner research or Google research or looked in the Inner Journey Playbook that I provided you to see who Sekhmet is and how she resonates with you. That's really important to know. When you work with goddesses, you want to know how the goddesses resonate with you. So what are the core characteristics of Sekhmet and her journey? What parallels can you draw between that journey and your own life journey? Like, what really comes to mind without overthinking it? Just reading the story and say, oh, this really speaks to me because. So let me know what that because is, okay? Because that gives us a really good clue into where you're at in your healing journey and what kind of support you need. And I'm here to give you support. So you need to let me know what you need so I can give you the support, right? So please do share where you're at. I'd love to know. And we're working on the altar today. And just remember that the altar doesn't have to be anything really complicated, right? It's just a point of focus where you can go and journal and reflect, self-reflect. So I invite you to have your Inner Journey guidebook with you near your altar. I invite you to have some incense ready. I have jasmine right now in the room because jasmine is something that is tropical, and that was known in ancient Egypt as well. And just for you to be there and relax and connect with the goddess every day. That's going to help you so much in your self-reflection and your inner journey. My altar is just at the side of the room. It's on just a little desk. It's big like that. And it's, I posted a picture on the altar. So go and take a look at that. So I have, of course, a lot of crystals since I'm a crystal therapist. And that's what I used for my altar. So I would love to see your altar as well. Where do you go to self-reflect and write in your journal and talk to the goddess? Of course, talking to the goddess doesn't have to be only at your altar. I talk to the goddess all the time when I garden, when I do the dishes, when I clean the house, before I go to bed at night. It's a constant conversation with the goddess, especially when I have questions. So you just ask your questions like, why is it I'm feeling this way? Why is it that this is popping up for me? So all those whys, you can just ask the goddess. You can't expect an immediate answer, but you might not have that immediate answer. But what I find is that I say, I'm feeling this way today. I'm wondering where in my past that I started this pattern. And then I have the story that comes up or that event in my life that pops up and that says, oh, that's where I started thinking this way. That's when I started reacting this way. This was to protect myself, or this was like a knee-jerk reaction to any emotion. And so I have a lot more of perspective of my inner self that way. And it helps me change things, because once you have awareness, you have choice. And that's what we're creating here. We're creating new choices for you, new patterns for you to emerge as a better version of yourself that's more calm, more grounded, more focused. So there you go. If you have any questions on that, let me know in the comments. I'm here to have conversations with you. The next step that I want to do with you today is to really tune into the energy of the goddess for this month, for your journey for the whole month. So of course, every week on Mondays, you have one oracle card that talks about the journey for the week ahead. But let's look into globally what's in store for us for the month. So I invite you to take a nice deep breath all the way down to your belly. And I invite you to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let go any of the tension that you might be feeling. And just connect in your heart center. Open up that chamber. And connecting with Sekhmet. And just saying, Sekhmet, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your gifts and guidance and wisdom this month. I'm so happy to be filled with your gifts, with your love, with your capacity for self-forgiveness and forgiving others so that my life becomes a beacon of light and healing for others, for myself first and then for others, so that I can be more joyful in my journey of life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love. And now, Sekhmet, please show us the key lesson that we are here to navigate this month as we start our elemental quests with you, the earth, air, fire, and water. The card we have is Flying Free. I unfurl my wings and fly. This is our key lesson or key challenge. And so you will be looking into yourself. Where are you keeping yourself stuck? Because if this card is flying free, and if this is your main challenge, then you need to look inside into how are you stopping yourself from flying free? What is the fear? So if you are this bird, and maybe you're on the edge of a precipice, you know that your life is changing. You know that something is evolving within you, but you're not taking the leap of faith. You're not flying. You're not opening your wings. You're not unfurling them. You're afraid that perhaps if you take that step, you're going to fall. Perhaps if you take that step, you're going to fail. Perhaps if you take that step, it's going to be too hard for you. So what is that mindset? What is that belief that is there that you're imposing on yourself for not flying? That is the key thing for you to self-reflect on this month. Let's see what the card says here, the card meaning. It says, be daring, cast aside conventions and restrictions, dance, laugh, explore, go beyond your predictable behavior and say yes to life. By doing so, you support others in finding their wings. The universe wants you to know you're not on the planet to live a mundane and ordered life. You're here to grow, to expand, and step into your extraordinary self. Of course, there are times to live an ordinary life, but there are also moments to fling your arms to the heavens. Choose life on your terms. Clear out mental and emotional fog and move beyond those situations that you have outgrown. Don't unconditionally accept the rules you have placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. Questions to ask yourself. Am I truly on the pathway to greater freedom? How can I free myself from limiting beliefs and habits? Is it possible that I need to free myself from something or someone? How might this card represent my soul's cry for freedom? So take that in for a moment and see how that resonates with you. So where are you keeping yourself stuck with your own beliefs, your own habits, and the own rules that you put on yourself? So those often feel like, I can't go out and play until all my work is done. Okay, that's one of mine. It's always work first, and maybe if there's time to play, I'll play later. So that really developed a workaholic syndrome within myself, right? So that is one thing that I'm working on letting go this month. So how do you know when it's time for you to open your wings and let go and fly? This is how it feels like when you know, because sometimes we feel anxious We feel anxiety, we feel stress, we feel that we're really tired, and we might feel there's something that's really wrong with us. And the challenge is to know if you're feeling this way in your life, in your business, in your relationship, because you're done with that aspect of you. You're ready to unfurl to the next new version of you. You're ready for the next level adventure. You're ready for the next level clients. And so it might feel, if you're there, it might feel like a restlessness, like there's something else that you want to do. There's something bigger that you want to do, but you don't know quite what that is yet. You don't know what to do to get there because you've never been at that level of consciousness yet. So that feels internally like restlessness. It feels like anxiety. It feels like sleepless nights. It feels like you're uncomfortable in your own body. It feels like you're uncomfortable at work or in your own situation. So if you feel that way, just ask yourself, am I feeling that way because it's time for me to grow into my next level self? It's a very powerful question. And I invite you to play with that this month as we go through our elemental quests that are coming up. So that's earth, air, fire, water. We will explore more of those feelings of anxiety and restlessness and anger, because Sekhmet shows us where our anger is and how to channel that into something positive. So if you're feeling that restlessness and that anger, that something positive for you might be that next level self. What is that going to be for you? You need to allow that to unfurl for you. You need to allow that to grow naturally, like vegetables in your gardens, right? Just see, you've planted the seed, and you need to let it grow without worrying excessively about it. Just allow it to happen and be curious. Curiosity is one of the key characteristics of a joyful soul. So I invite you to journal on that. Where are you being called to your next level self? And again, share your journey with me. I'm here for you, to help you, to support you. And I invite you to share where you're at so that it feels like it's a two-way conversation. All right. So I am sending you so much love from my heart to yours. I know that Goddess Sekhmet is journeying with you. Invite her in and see the miracles of healing that's going to happen in your life. Big, big love. See you next time. Bye for now.